Well, we don't have a 6 o'clock show. That's because Notre Dame football is currently on Channel 16, but that's okay. Here's your full first alert forecast for 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and start off with our evening forecast. Another hot day across the entire region, and that heat not going anywhere for our evening forecast. At 7 o'clock, 82 degrees, cooling down 10 degrees by 10 p.m. tonight. A perfect evening for any sort of activities. Now the heat and the dry conditions have been a problem for Michiana for the better part of the last month, and then tomorrow we're going to increase our wind gusts, so we are going to be concerned with some isolated fire concerns. Some grass fires or even wildfires can kick up with the smallest embers. So make sure we are limiting all burning. And in fact, in Pulaski County and Fulton County actually have a total burn ban in place because of the dry conditions that will be present, and then the windy conditions that will be present, especially in tomorrow's forecast. So let's go ahead and visualize our forecast. We'll go ahead and start things now at 6 o'clock. We can see temperatures across the region still very high in the 80s. A couple passing cumulus clouds. Maybe somebody sees an isolated sprinkle, but I'm keeping the forecast completely dry going into the end of the weekend. Now for tomorrow morning, heading off to church or breakfast for that matter, temps will be in the low 60s, and down to the south of US 6, those folks going to be tapping into the high 50s. And throughout the day tomorrow, well, we saw how the past 3 days have gone with the forecast going well into the 80s once again. And I really haven't had to change the text on this graphic all week. It's going to be hot again, a couple clouds in the afternoon, but we're not actually going to be speaking about any sort of rain chances for tomorrow. It's not until Monday and Tuesday. That's when we'll finally see some rain on the 10-day forecast. And actually, the rain that we'll be seeing, it's going to signal a pattern shift towards fall. Thankfully, we're going to get rid of the summertime heat, and finally we can talk about some cooler and more seasonable temperatures for this time of the year. Let's look at that 10-day forecast. Once again, 86 degrees as your high temperature to close out the weekend. Windy at times. Just be careful if you are grilling. Use heightened concern and safety when you do so. Rain moves in Monday and into Tuesday, and as a result of that cold front moving through, check out those temperatures to end the week, finally dipping down into the 70s and even into the middle 60s by the middle of the week. Now, we do have an 11 o'clock show, and that'll start as soon as Big Saturday Night wraps up on Channel 16.